In this video, we'll discuss how to make a copy of a rubric or how to archive an older rubric. The idea behind this is if your district is changing your language for the current school year or the next school year, you'd want to make a copy of the rubric first and then archive the older version so that any new evaluations created this school year would be using that new rubric, and then any evaluations from the prior years would be using that older rubric. So the first step would be to make a copy of your existing rubric. To do that, you want to click on your Settings tab on that left-hand toolbar, and in the top right-hand corner, you want to select Manage Rubrics. Once you click Manage Rubrics, that's going to list all the different rubrics that you have set up for your district. What you want to do is click on the rubric you want to make a copy of. And then once you click on that, that brings up to the right all the details for that rubric. So when you do copy this rubric, it's going to copy everything that's listed within these tabs. The rubric outline, the performance level, student growth, settings, any forms that you've created for that rubric, and then also all the options. So if you want to go ahead and copy that, you select at the very bottom the duplicate rubric button. Once you click that, it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to duplicate this rubric? Select yes. And it makes a copy of that rubric. It does put the copy of that rubric at the very bottom. Now what you would want to do is you would want to go into the rubric that you copied from and make an archive it and give it a different name. So I'm going to click on that rubric that I copied from, and I'm going to go up here and click Edit Rubric. And I'm going to put in a name. So I'm going to put in the years that I've used this rubric. So say I started this rubric in 2017 and I used it through 2019. That way I know that that rubric was the rubric used during those school years. Once I change that name, then down here where it says Archive Hide Rubric, I'm going to select that to yes, and that will hide that rubric and no longer be in the list. It is available if you want to reference it later, but it does remove it from the current list. So then I click Update Rubric, and then you'll see it removed that rubric and it's no longer there. If you wanted to view that or see that rubric, down here at the very bottom, there is this file cabinet kind of icon. If you click on that, that's going to list any old rubrics or rubrics that you've archived. So here you'll see that rubric right here is the one that I archived. If I click that again, then it's going to hide those archived rubrics. So now I'll go back into my existing rubric, or the one that I made a copy of, click on that, and then I'm just going to come in here and edit it and take off that copy. And then this rubric is ready to be edited or updated. So that's a brief overview of how you would copy a rubric or duplicate a rubric, as well as archiving an existing rubric.